See if we can get as far as I did last time when the audio levels were terrible and you couldn't hear me over the very loud music. Because I got to like floor 6, I think, which was really well done for the first time you go in the tower, because typically you just die. Floor 2, floor 3, because you get hit by a trap that does 20 damage and then a monster walks up on you when you haven't healed all the way. But that hasn't happened this time. And a gold sword, that's great. Gold sword, like the mirror shield, does not rust when you step on a rush trap. It also has shitty attack though, so right now it's not as good as our copper sword, but you do get items later in the game that you can add +1 to your sword and +1 to your shield. So we'll save that for later when we get those types of items. Right now we'll just use whatever sword we find that has the best damage. Hopefully we'll find like an iron sword or steel sword. The Lurlem fruit. Leolem. MP of the monster will not decrease for a while. Okay. Sardie still has 67 MP, so we might use that later on when he's getting a little low. Or we could just give him the pita fruit. Oh, what was that? Oh, I guess it doesn't... Whatever it was. I think that was a rush trap, but it doesn't work on familiars, obviously, because Sardie doesn't have an equipment slot, so... There are some monsters, though, that can equip items, like the trolls. You'll see later in the game, trolls can equip all sorts of things, like scythes and crossbows. What we've seen so far is just their spiky hammer thing. Don't know what to call it. This might be... Well, go up this way and see what's left. Uh-oh. So, I was expecting Sardie to go up the same way I was going. But, oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, that was dumb. Better watch out, I might die here. Good thing he's deciding to attack Sardie rather than me. So we're gonna have to eat this medical herb. You can buy those at the doctor, but it's kind of a waste of money. That's really the only... Well, other than story events, that's the only reason there's a doctor in town, is to be able to purvey medicinal herbs, rather. Oh, we got another one too. So anyway, oh yeah, these seeds can change the genus permanently of your familiar. So as you can see, Sardie, he is a fire genus monster, so all his attacks, whether they're magic or, you know, physical attacks, they have a fire element to them. So when he attacks a water genus monster, he does less damage than a fire, and he does more damage than if he was attacking a fire when he's attacking a wind genus. It's that rock, paper, scissors effect I was talking about earlier. You can use those seeds to change what genus your monster is. So if you use a sea seed on a fire monster, it turns into a water type. Use a wind seed on any whatever monster, it turns into a wind. Okay. Probably should have backed up and using these herbs are practically worthless anyway. I think you sell them for like 5 gold when you go home, so it's not a real big deal if you use them or save them. Some items are really valuable, and it's better to just not even use them and just sell them anyway. Like gold swords, if I wasn't planning on keeping that gold sword, it's worth 1,000 coin by itself, because it's made of gold, obviously. I think we're done with this floor. Yeah, let's run back to the elevator. We're getting pretty far. As soon as I say that. Let's show you a bit of the magic. Let's do direct brid. See, that did quite a bit of damage, but now Sardie only has 47 MP. But, you know, that was enough to take him out in only 2 hits, so that was worth it in my opinion. We can take this out together. Oh man, Sardie's starting to do a lot of damage. Yep. And he'll stay level 5 when we leave, which is the good thing. We're starting to approach the point where things are going to get a little dangerous. Because we only have a copper sword, a wood shield, and a level 5 familiar. Lava fruit, I don't remember what that does. Well, not... okay, that's for fusions. Later on, when you have multiple familiars, you can fuse them together and impart some different attributes. Change genuses. I think it also it takes on the level of the higher leveled monster too. And you see these monsters are starting to do a lot more damage. Balloon's a really useful familiar late game because he has a special ability where you can just skip the level entirely and fly up. Let's go to the right. Nothing. Let's go back. So yeah, when we get a balloon, we'll definitely keep a balloon familiar for late game when we want to just jump to the upper floors. I really like the monster designs in this game because pretty unique, I feel. Iron Shield, Copper Shield, we would just be selling both of those. I think Iron Shield's pretty strong, but it rusts, so it's effectively useless in my opinion. It's only 2 more defense than a Mirror Shield, and it doesn't have the cool effect where you can reflect magic. So we'll just be... why is a Copper Shield have more defense than an Iron... oh, never mind. It's more defense than a Mirror Shield. Okay. And now we're full inventory. So as you can see, you can only hold 20 items, which is kind of a pain because you'll start throwing stuff away for whatever you think's more valuable. Ugh, uppercut. Good job, Sardie. Clunk. Clunk. Alright. I'd like to be riding around more often, but it's a little dangerous. You can run directly into a monster before it slows you down to do the actual fighting. God, these balloons do a lot of damage when you first meet them. Oh, Sardie, what the fuck are you doing? Please fight him. Thank you. Gosh. Took half health fighting that thing. I like the flames. Ah, get owned, son. Can't use magic on me. Yeah, the flame familiars are pretty cool. They're one of the few familiars that can actually evolve. There is a evolution mechanic in the game. Once they reach a certain level, they'll turn into a more powerful version, like Pokemon, basically. I don't know how much the Olem is worth, but we do have a trap loop, which shows us the location of all the traps. We can get some free XP. And yeah, so when you discover traps, you see you get a little bit of XP. Yeah, good job. See where the other traps are. Probably actually have already walked over them. I was just using the item to get some use out of it so we could pick up the Olem, which I think is worth a couple hundred. Oh, these guys. Monoevas. Fairly strong early water monster, but they can also clone themselves. And they can transform into copies of other monsters and items. So they're really tricky bastards. Sometimes you'll be walking along and you see two identical items next to each other. You gotta be careful because you'll pick up one of the items and then the Monoeva turns around and stabs you in the throat. Oh, hadn't got this one. That's an elevator trap. That's a pain in the butt. The go up trap, whatever. It's a spring trap that forces you to go to the next floor whether you're prepared for it or not. Which can be a real pain in the butt if you aren't prepared. Because things escalate real quickly in this game. We haven't really seen some of the more obnoxious traps, like there's a monster den trap. You just be walking along, an entire room full of monsters just spawns. That's basically just a, okay, time to leave now moment. Unless you're really early on. So we're gonna make it to floor 6. We're doing really well.